So next up we have Mass Advocates for Children. Johanne, Pino, and Jerry Mogul are going to, or just actually Johanne is going to come up and talk about, she's going to show a video on the ICE program, as well as talk about some workshops that they're doing throughout the city. I work at the Boys and Girls Club in Dorchester, right down the street, and I'm running one of the workshops with Johanne, and so she's going to come up and talk a little bit more about that.
We'll show that afterwards, so I'll talk fast and then you can show the brief video. So, and then Glenn Gabbard will talk about the ICE program in more detail. So thank you for having us. We really appreciate it. I wanted to just come and just explain a little bit about the program that we have. I consider Mass Advocates for Children the umbrella organization, and we have different projects under that. And one of our projects, the one that I'm here to talk about today, is we call it BSET. And this is a Boston project, and it's BSET, Be Ready for Transition. So, and it was developed to create awareness and knowledge of transition and advocacy rights for families, and specific in Boston, although transition is a statewide, federal, but also a statewide law. But we're talking about the Boston right now. The goal for BSET is to improve planning and services, as well as to improve outcomes for all our children. We provide community workshops, free technical assistance, legal advice and referral, as well as free legal advocacy for a limited number of cases. And in order to access that information, you can call our helpline. And I left some business cards over there with our helpline number on it. And you could take that if you have questions. You can call the helpline. We have a great helpline coordinator and a lot of volunteers that man the helpline. It's not a live helpline. You have to leave a message and then somebody would call you back. As part of, oh, and I should have introduced, well, I guess you already did, Jerry Mogul, our executive director, is with me as well, so thank you. As part of, as Diane had mentioned, as part of our trainings, we're partnering with the Boys and Girls Club of Dorchester and are hosting a monthly parent group, and we focus with a discussion on transition for youth. It's a very interactive type of training, and we hope to help the families prepare to advocate for transition services for their kids. And where, you know, anybody can come, even though it's an ongoing training, you can come anytime. We kind of recap what we've done in the past weeks, and then we talk about what the topic is for that day. So I think it's been a really nice group of folks. There's a couple of guys here, and I've really enjoyed doing that program. Also, another piece of our BSET project is the workforce development, and Jerry knows this better than I do, so you can add to it if I don't cover it correctly. So we are right now in the process of creating a task force that consists of nonprofit and youth employment and alternative education organizations, organizations with disability transition experience, and private businesses. And the goal is to have more opportunities for Boston students with disabilities to be more fully integrated into the mainstream of jobs and the workforce. We are in the process of developing a survey to identify the best practices and any barriers that are out there in the workforce, and to work with the employers to make jobs more accessible for our kids. That's it in a nutshell, and you know, okay, so. I'm going to be showing a video in a minute, but Jerry also has, we also have another survey, and this survey is, and Jerry has some copies so we can pass them out, and if you want to fill them out while you're here and then give them to me before you leave, that would be great. Or you could go, well actually, you could go to our website and fill them out online if you wanted to too. So, and there's 5 different languages, well, English, Spanish, Haitian, what else is on there? French and Vietnamese. Was that 5? Oh, Spanish. Did I say Spanish? So that's 5. So if you could do that, that would be great. What we're trying to do is to identify best practices, as well as to identify any barriers to services that may be happening in Boston. We know there's some really great programs going on in Boston. You know, we work really closely with some of the Strive staff, and they're doing some really great things. and they're taking the kids outside in the community more and more. They're actually participating in the ICE program that you'll see a video about, and Glenn will talk more about. I was in Charlestown High School the other day, and they were telling me all about their new curriculum, and you know, they have a cafe now, and they also have a greenhouse that youth are working in, so there's some really great opportunities for our kids. I know, and Diane knows more about this, and can talk about it more if she wants to. The Harvard School, because of Diane, started their own program that's in-house, and it just took one parent to make that change in the Harvard School. So, do you want to say something about it? Absolutely.
This is about the Strive?
No, this is what your Harvard School program that you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So my daughter was leaving the school to go to the Strive program to do some office work, and at her IEP meeting, I personally felt like there was too much time traveling to and from, and I thought, well, we're at a school, we could just do office work at the school. And so by changing just my daughter's IEP to stay in the school and create a job for her within the school, they then went and changed all of the kids who were heading out, going to Strive to do office work. So now all of the kids have a specific job. For instance, my daughter is a math teacher assistant. So every day she has her checklist, she has to show up on time, she has to go to the math room, she might have to photocopy, she might have to straighten out some books, or maybe she does, you know, random jobs, clean the board, whatever it is, but she has a task, she has to check in on time. Actually, Rachel's here, and Rachel could even talk more about the program as well. So doing that, you know, which Rachel actually created, has given a sense of also inclusion within the school. So that's pretty much it.
And you know, it was just that Diane felt like going to the Strive program was taking so much time away from her daughter because it took her an hour to get there. So, and this way the school, so one parent made a difference in one school, so you know, you can make a difference for your kids too. If you think of some other ideas, bring it to the teachers, bring it to the staff at the school, and changes can be made that way as well. So with that said, Jerry's passing out that survey. Fill it out, give it back to me. I'll be sitting over there.